Hey everybody, Big J, Anderson, Mountain View Farms. Got Lil on the camera, say hey.
Hi.
Got TV back with me. We'll be doing the next step in the pressure canning process. Again, green beans, fresh green beans. We already have 6 of these jars ready to go. So we're going to now go into kind of how we do each jar. Go ahead, TV. So what she's going to do is she is putting 1 teaspoon of salt. We use that, getting that pink Himalayan salt. 1 teaspoon of salt per jar. And then after she puts it in there, she's going to go ahead and going to start putting the green beans in there. These are largemouth jars. You can use small mouth sometimes because green beans a little bit easier to do if it's largemouth, but it's a little bit easier whenever you get ready to eat. However, they are more expensive, so kind of a cost-benefit analysis on that. Now, as you can see, she's got them in there. Initially, it can look packed, but really it's not. So you take it, let it jostle down here, just kind of pound the bottom like this. I'll come back, put some more in here, like so. Some more in here, kind of crash that down. This is called cold packing. Not because the beans are technically cold, but it's not like boiling, like if you were doing sauce or diced tomatoes or something like that. So after I've got that in there, I've already got my hot water here. The jars were already pre-warmed, were warmed also. Wash them thoroughly, and they're going to get super washed anyway when they get in this pressure canner at super high temperature. So I'm going to fill this up, and after I do that, I'm going to take this like a butter knife or something, go around the edges, and it'll get some of those air bubbles out, so that will help the venting process. And then as you do that, you'll notice that the water kind of went down. For green beans, you want about 1 inch of headspace, on these. And now that I've got that in there, I'm going to wipe the top so that I can have a good seal. Wipe both. Again, these are already washed. You don't usually have a lot of issues with stuff getting in between the seal because it's just the green beans and the water. If you had something else like, actually going to use this other lid to make it feel a little bit better, that peas, tomatoes, little seeds might get in a piece of a pea, might cause some spoilage. Now, if you just saw, I just swapped out lids. I'm sorry, rings. Sometimes one ring, it doesn't feel like it has a good feel to it, then I won't use it. I'll swap it out. So I usually like to have 2 or 3 extra on the side once I put it on there. Fingertip tight. Has to be enough to hold the lid down enough as it's trying to vent. If it's too tight, you're going to crack a jar. And it's better to just have something not seal and still have your green beans get finished. I put them in the freezer. It's fine. As far as just in a bag, that's what I do. Let it cool off, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the freezer, it's fine. But you don't want it to crack. I've done a number of them that's cracked. Some of them they just crack by themselves because there's a hairline fracture and you don't realize it. So we've got that set up. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these babies in here. And already in the canner here, you can see that there's about 2.5 inches of water. We've got our bottom screen in there. And so we're loading these. You want to be careful. They are hot. Not so hot that you can't grab them with the jar grabbers. When they come out of this thing, you definitely have to have a jar grabber at that point. So as you can see, I've got that. If you look right here, you can tell that there's plenty of water. It comes up to about the neck, if you will, of the jar, just about the neck. Green beans pressure can at about 25 minutes. So they're not in there a long time like peas, which might be in there for an hour and a half or an hour, really long period of time. So probably shouldn't have too many issues with these. Now, one thing that I've already done it, but you want to put a little olive oil. What did I use? Kind of some kind of oil around it, just olive oil. That helps this seal. There will be, there will be some drippage, but it shouldn't be too bad. And you want to put these bolts on here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on high. The water is already hot. It doesn't need to be boiling. You want kind of a similar temperature that's in the jar, that's in the pot, so everything can kind of equalize. You definitely don't want to put cold with hot. That's when you tend to have the jar breakage. So got that in there. Got the got our stove on high. And by the way, this is our utility kitchen down here. We'll do some episodes in the future about our utility kitchen, how we set it up. Great extra kitchen to have in your home if you're able to do that. Now, these, when you tighten these down, you want to make sure that the space in between is the same all the way around. So sometimes you may have to readjust just a hair to make sure that will give you a better seal. Won't have quite as much leakage. And so everything is set here. Got everything down. Kind of double check. You don't want to do it. You want a good tight seal, but you don't want to overdo it and mess up the threads. So we've got that, and so next video we'll get to, it's going to start venting here. We'll get into the venting and putting the gauge on it, the pressure gauge, in the next episode. Glad to see y'all here. Exciting time. It's the pressure canning time. A lot going on. Love to have you here. Tours, live music. Children 12 and under are free. Just $5 for adults. AndersonMountViewFarms.com. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.